What's good, Gary Gang? And we're back with another video, y'all. So let me grab this little boy. He's a busybody now. My baby is 1 year old now, and this video is not gonna be about him, but it's gonna be about how I've been working. I'm ready to go, and hold on, let me mute this TV. So it's 1:35 p.m. I do go to work tonight, y'all. Pray for me. But my little booger, just a little update on him. My little booger is 1 year old now. He is 12, going on 13 months. He is crawling, full on blown crawling, pulling up on stuff, walking assisted. Yeah, your dad is at work, baby. Yeah, dad is at work. He is, last time when he went to the doctor for his 1 year old checkup, he was 17 pounds and 16 ounces or something like that. And he was 29 inches long. So he's pretty tall for a 1 year old boy, but he's a big boy. But let's go ahead and talk about how I got into this surgery stuff. Yeah. Let's talk about how I got into this surgery stuff. I'm gonna try to do this video real fast, y'all. We're sitting in my room on my bed. But we're gonna try to get this video done real fast. He crawling on the floor. And then I'm gonna go ahead and get prepared for work tonight. Y'all, I'm gonna be hurting. So let's talk about this surgery stuff, how everything came about. So I filmed on the 29th. So if you guys did not see the video of preparing for work and then transition to a hospital stay, go ahead and look at that vlog. First of all, I would like to say thank you so much for all of the new family members that we have. Welcome aboard. Thank you so much for tuning in. And if you're here and you're new here, hey girl, hey boy, hey cousin, sister, brother, what may have you, whatever you want to be to me, welcome to the Gary Squad. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button on your way in here. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. Let's jump right into it. So August the 29th, I had went to my drug test. I'm sorry, I did not film none of that. I was trying to figure out where I was going, blah, 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 talking to everybody, whatever. Anyways, but I talked to y'all after I got out of there, and everything went well. I had passed my background, passed my drug test, everything. Mind you, I have been having problems with my stomach since before I got pregnant, but it really started becoming a problem after I got pregnant, and I realized that my hernia came back. I found out now that in the vlog of where I was rushed to the hospital before I had him, and I got rushed on the ambulance, and I was having so much pains in my stomach, and the knot on the top of my stomach was sticking out. I thought that was his butt. That was in between his butt, and then beside his butt was the hernia. But it wasn't too far out there. But I was having a hernia attack that day. And I'm going to let y'all know how I noticed that it was a hernia attack. So the same pains that I was feeling like I had to boo-boo, feeling like I had to throw up, and then all the pains just radiating across my stomach during that time when I was pregnant happened again. So, the week before August 29th of this year, I had a sharp pain in my stomach. And it was just on one side, which was my left side. And that's where the hernia was. Now, if y'all new here, I'm sorry, y'all. If y'all are new here, then y'all do not know that I had a hernia surgery before when I was 24 weeks pregnant with my first child, and they could not go in laparoscopically to make sure they had cleared up the whole field of hernia. So technically, they fixed the first problem, which was at the front of my stomach, and that was the epigastric hernia. But they couldn't go inside, and then they really didn't worry about doing any following up with anything else to see if I need to get anything else fixed during that time. Now, during that time, because I was pregnant, I did not have no mesh. I did not have no protective, nothing on the inside to hold my stomach and my abdominal wall together. So, yes, that's the rundown on that. I did not have a mesh at all with the first surgery. So, all this time, y'all, I've been walking around with unresolved hernia. All right, y'all. So, she's irritated with Roblox right now. But anyways, they didn't give me a mesh the first surgery. So, I've been walking around for all the rest of these years. You know, my daughter is about to be 7 with a hernia and did not know it. So basically it got more profound and serious when I got pregnant with my son, and he was bigger than Journey. You know what I'm saying? So what happened is that I had that attack while I was pregnant, which was last year. And I did not have no other attacks, no stomach pains, no nothing after having him. I was sensitive in that area, but it wasn't, you know, bad or anything. But I noticed that, I want to say a week before August 29th, I was eating a lot of stuff that could cause inflammation. Like I was eating fried foods. I was, you know what I'm saying? Like I was eating pretty bad. You know, we had that rough patch, when it came down to funds. So we, you know, when we did get funds, it is cheaper to eat out. Let's just be honest, because them groceries was, you know. But, yeah. So, I had started eating stuff that was inflamed. And then we started eating healthy the month of August, I believe. Yes, because we got our food assistance in August. So, we started eating better and healthier in August. So I'm guessing everything that I had inflamed in there was trying to come out. Now, I was going to the bathroom regularly. I didn't have no problem with that up until August 29th. August 29th, I had used the bathroom that morning, but it wasn't a lot. Like, it wasn't, if you get my drift, TMI. But if you get my drift, it just wasn't the normal number 2, okay? So I was just like, okay, well, I did it, so oh well. But it was just not enough coming out. So I went and took my drug test, came home. I ate at 8 o'clock. I cooked. And then we ate at 8 o'clock. And then I had some fruit. And then I was just like, okay, I'm good. Then in the middle of my sleep, I just started having like this twinging pain in my stomach on the left side. And I'm like, what is going on, y'all? Like, what's going on? So I was telling my husband about it, and I'm like, my stomach really hurts. And he was like, well, maybe you need to go to the bathroom. He was like, well, you have been having issues going to the bathroom. And I said, you know, maybe that is what it is. So I went and sat on the toilet. A few plops came out, and I was like, okay, I guess I did it. But my stomach still hurts. Now let's move on to August 30th, the morning time. My husband had already went to work. He was working 2 jobs at the time. Mind y'all, like I told y'all, he was working 2 jobs. He was never here. So I decided to go back to work just so that we can have 2 of us balancing our household with our 2 children. So while I'm preparing to go, you know, go to work and everything, he was on his last day working the 2 jobs. So that day, I was just like, okay. I woke up and I was getting ready to go make the baby something to eat, make the kids some breakfast. And literally about to make the kids some breakfast. And luckily, this particular day, Journey did not have to go to school, so that was a plus. They were out for the 30th, and they were out, because that was a Friday. They were out on the 30th, and they were out on the 2nd. So she didn't have to go to school at all. So, or they was out on that Monday or something like that, or on September 1st or something like that. Whichever day that fell on Labor Day, they was out of school. So I was like, okay. So I was like, I'm about to make y'all some breakfast, and I was feeling fine. And then my stomach was still hurting, but it wasn't as bad. So I stretched to like, like stretching and then try to get out of the bed. As soon as my feet hit the floor, a gut-wrenching pain came over me. And I was like, oh my God, this feels so familiar. But it felt exactly like when I was pregnant. And I was like, oh my God, you mean to tell me this whole time that this could have been the hernia and not the contractions and stuff like that? So because I was in so much pain while I was pregnant, I was having contractions on top of this. So now I'm back in that moment and I'm like, this makes sense now. So I'm having this pain. I try to go take me a shower. Then I started getting really, really hot. I tried to take me a cold shower. Then I was dry heaving, but I didn't have any food on my stomach. So I was just throwing up just clear liquids, stomach acid, and it was just a time. It was just too much. And so I didn't have nobody to call. Y'all know my mom stayed in Texas, and the only person that I could think to call was my grandma. Because when I was texting my husband earlier that morning, he said he did not have good reception in the building, and he was working his shift at Amazon. So I'm like, okay, let me go ahead and call my grandma. She is a private duty nurse. So she was at one of her clients' house, and I'm like, Grandma, is you off yet? Is you off yet? She was like, I don't get off till 8 o'clock. Mind y'all, it is 7:30 in the morning. It is early. So she was like, well, you got to wait till I get off. You got to, blah, blah, blah. Let's try to call Marcus. Call him. No answer. She called him. No answer. I called her back and I'm like, Grandma, I'm ready to go to the hospital because the pain is not going anywhere. So she tried to get over here as soon as she could. So she got over here around like a little bit after 8 o'clock because I don't live that far from her client's house. So it took her like a little bit after 8 o'clock, close to 9 o'clock to get over here. And she examined me and she touched my stomach and we both felt it. I said, Grandma, it's something hard in my stomach and it's really big. And it was spreaded from here all the way over here. And it was this big. And it was just sticking out my stomach like this. So when she felt my stomach, she was like, no, something is wrong. You need to go to the hospital. I'm glad I came over here. I'm glad I was able to come over here. So we immediately started trying to call my husband again because we like, okay, you got to get out of here. Mind y'all, I am butt ball naked. Like, I took all my clothes off. I was hurting so bad. I took all my clothes off, y'all. All of my clothes. She like, how you going to go to the hospital like that? You is butt booty ball naked. Girl, you need to put some clothes on. I said, Grandma, I don't care about none of that. She was like, find you some underwear, find you a bra, all that stuff. And in my mind, I'm like, I'm not finding all of that because they're going to make me take it off anyway. And I'm in too much pain to keep freaking moving. So she found me a dress and she was like, that's all you going to have on? Just this dress? I said, yeah. And I is. So I put the dress on. She helped me put it on and everything. And I'm sitting on the toilet, still dry heaving. In the middle of me dry heaving, I'm calling 911. I hear Journey like, Nana, my mama calling 911. She already calling the ambulance. And my grandma like, oh my God, before you have any clothes on, they gonna already be here. And before you know it, she put the dress over my head or whatever. And they was outside. So they came and inspect me while I was on the toilet. He kind of like felt my stomach, but he was like, oh, it's just a little mass. Okay, or have you been trying to pass anything? When was the last time you ate? That whole nine. They got me in the ambulance and they realized like, oh no, something is wrong. So as soon as they felt my stomach with me laying down, he immediately got on the little call thing and told them like, we have somebody coming in. She has a mass in her lateral, whatever the heck they called it. He said in her ventral area of abdominal. So he was telling them everything. And they were like, okay, well, we'll have everything ready when she gets here. What's her pain level, blah, blah, blah. They gave me some nausea medication to stop the vomiting because, I mean, every time, every bump, every pain, I was, like dry heaving. And so finally we get to the hospital. And y'all, that was like literally a time to be at the hospital. It was a time. So I'm yelling for pain medicine. We're still waiting, trying to get in contact with my husband. My phone is dying. And y'all know I use my phone to record. So I'm like, y'all, So I'm calling. So finally he gets in touch with me. He's like, babe, I'm on the way. I'm leaving work. I had to use my time, but I'm coming. I'm coming to you. And I'm just like, babe, you know, I'm in just so much pain. And so he finally makes it to me. And they're asking me all these questions. When did the pain start? And I'm like, I can't really tell you actually when the pain started, because I was feeling twinges and stuff like that. But I'm thinking it's gas. I'm thinking I'm constipated. I'm thinking all these things just for it. I guess it had built up so much and I couldn't pass it because it was incarcerated. So what I mean by incarcerated, basically this, I'm going to just put it like this. This is the hole right here. And that was my hernia. And it was like the hole was trying to close and my intestines and stuff was stuck in the hole. Like, so that's why I couldn't pass anything. But I didn't know that at that time. So they're still working on me. So we're sitting there and my grandma had to, like now time passes. So they took me for a CT. They gave me pain medicine. They gave me everything. They were still trying to figure out if they could push it back in. Were they going to admit me? And I just told them straight up, first of all, you're not pushing on my stomach because I'm in so much pain. Second of all, y'all might just well go ahead and admit me. And I was yelling. I was yelling in there like, no, don't push it back in. Just cut me open. Y'all, I was just so ready. Like, no, I want to fix. Cut me open. I'm not doing this with y'all. And then as they're trying to figure out if they were going to do the surgery or not, my blood pressure was skyrocketing because I was in so much pain. And I was just like, no, y'all are going to cut me open. Is what y'all gonna do. Then they kept on saying that my heart rate was slow. I was having a slow heart rate. I was in so much pain and I just was so tired. My adrenaline was going and all this stuff. So finally, after they tried to push it in, it wasn't going in and I was screaming to the top of my lungs because it hurt so bad. They took a look at the CT and found out that my bile and my intestines were wrapped together and they were in a knot, which was causing me so much pain. And then which was causing a mass like to appear in my stomach is the fact that, you guessed it, it was full of, you know what, an undigested food. So, the surgeon came and talked to us around like 3 p.m. And he was just like, yeah, we're going to go ahead and we're going to do the surgery because, you know, we can't push it back in, obviously. And for two, you're in a lot of pain and we don't want you to get infected and turn sepsis, because if you didn't come in when you did, this could have been fatal for you because your intestines could have had exploded and you would have never known or whatever. So basically my abdominal wall was fully, and my intestines were just hanging out of it. So yeah, and that's what was causing my stomach to look bigger than what it was. And everything. Like, I was just trying to figure out why I'm not losing weight, everything. So I was very like bloated in my face and in my neck. Like, now I feel better, like, but then you guys kind of went through with it. So then Marcus had to leave to get the kids. Then they came in right after he left and was like, family planning, you say? What are y'all doing for family planning? And I'm like, well, we wanted one more child. And he was like, well, after the surgery, just don't get pregnant for 6 months to a year. Which we were like, we don't care because I have issues getting pregnant anyway. And we were not thinking about trying to have another baby right away. And the doctors was like, yeah, because we were asking you. And I just realized why they came and asked me about family planning, because they were going to tie my tubes while I was on the table. So while that ordeal went on, We're waiting on them, and I'm screaming in pain. By this time, my friend... What, baby? I don't know where we was at. But anyways, while we were sitting there waiting on the surgery or whatever, one of my best friends came, and she was there with her boo. Shout out to them, because listen, they was on point. They was telling them, like, listen, she's in pain, okay? I'm sitting up here till my brother get back, and she's in pain. While they're there, my mom's calling everywhere, calling the hospital, all this and that, blah, blah, blah. And that's a whole nother story within itself. And my mom's getting upset. My phone was dead. It was just too much going on, y'all. So, they finally tell me that they ready to move me into my room. This was around about, I want to say, my friend got there at like 5:45. I was in that room for like 3 hours. I went upstairs at like 8 o'clock, 8:15. By the time I got upstairs to my room, I was getting brought right back down. Because they're like, oh, we're taking you to surgery now. I was like, what? Luckily, my husband had made it back right before they took me to surgery. So he did get to see me before surgery. And then I was down there until 1:30 in the morning. Okay? I was down there till 1:30 in the morning. And then I came back up to my room August 31st, 1:30 a.m. And then from there, y'all kind of seen my recovery. My recovery was crazy, y'all, because I was in so much pain, for one. For two, they kept on telling me they wanted me to walk. That hurt. They kept on telling me that they wanted me to boo-boo. I couldn't. So they were just giving me all this stuff. They was giving me prune juice. They was giving me all these laxatives. And finally, I had to have milk of magnesia. And I had to have Miralax. And girl, y'all, when I tell you, when that thing finally hit and untangled up in there, girl, it was too much. So then I came home September the 2nd. And I've been at home recovering ever since, and still recovering. I did have my follow-up on yesterday, and I'm still on light duty. I'm still on weightlifting restrictions, and I'm on strictly, like, when I'm not at work, rest. So yeah, they just gave me some limitations, and I have accommodations and stuff like that I have to try to get taken care of at work. But all in all, I will bring y'all another video regarding how my first week went at work. What was it like? Stuff like that. I do have a vlog that I have to piece together for you guys about my first week. But yes, y'all. So that is my story of how I was rushed to the hospital due to my hernia. I had a laparoscopic ventral incarcerated hernia. Repair. Yeah. So they went in with the laparoscopic tool, and I had 4 sites on my left side of my stomach. And so basically I had 2 different hernias. I had one epigastric region, and then the other one that was inside. And so, yeah, so then it was telling me that I have to be careful, because if I was to have another baby, it could come back, things like that. So I have a lot to think about. Like, I want another baby, like, real bad, but is it worth it? That's what I'm asking myself, y'all. Ask myself that every day with the rest of my health conditions that I have. So, yeah. What are you doing? What are you doing, Cho? What you doing, Cho butt? Nothing. We get ready to go downstairs so you can eat. You want another snack? No. Y'all, Can mommy have that? Thank you. Him and his sister always eating snacks in my room, y'all. But yes, y'all, I cannot wait to share more with you guys. My life has been really crazy here in this past couple of weeks, but we making it back up, y'all. We making it back up to where we was at. Period, y'all. Period. We making it back up. I think I really missed working outside of the house. I kind of think I do missed it. But then now that I'm back at work, I'm like, baby, I want to go back home, okay? I don't live the life between working full time and on top of that being a stay-at-home mom. And it's given, I like being a stay-at-home mom, but at the same time, I like my money. So now I have some more updates for you guys because now I am officially back enrolled into nursing school, y'all. I'm so freaking happy. Like, we have tons of new content coming, y'all. School content, vlogging content as far as shopping and things like that, and trips that I'm trying to plan, even though I can't go on any trips right now because I'm ready to be in school. I can go on trips in between my breaks, but my goal is to go ahead and get this finished out because, y'all, your girl's in her senior year and I only got one more prereq left before I can apply. And then my goal is to work in a facility for a year or two and then switch over to travel nursing from facility to facility so that I can make my own schedule so I can be at home with my kids. That's my goal. That's what I want to do, y'all. And I'm just so happy that I'm making my dreams come true and that I'm making it happen for my kids and stuff like that. But, y'all, I feel small, but I went to the doctor and they tried to tell me that your girl is 260. But my husband said that he feels like that the 260 is because of muscle. And I think so because, y'all, I've been exercising and lifting, but this is the how my stomach looks now. Sorry about that, y'all. So my camera died, but yes, y'all, I feel like I am doing much better mentally. So yeah, y'all, we're gonna see what it do. You feel me? We gonna make it do what it do. But I love each and every one of y'all. Thank you so much for watching and staying tuned. And I can't wait to share more with you guys. And I hope you guys have a blessed day and a blessed weekend. Let me go get ready for work and try to be prepared by the time my husband come home. Bye.